Alex, after a long wait, which I apologize for to you, I have finally finished your NIXIE thermometer, and I had a little problem with the code that kept me busy for 4 or 5 days, and that's the way the prototype looks. And you know, it's got this high voltage power supply right there, and the 5-volt power supply here. I got the computer here, the Arduino, on a prototype base, and so you know, this is all huge. All you really need, of course, are the tubes, these 4 chips, and this CPU. So the final step would be to get a PC board that would just plug the ICs in the CPU with the tubes, and it'll work. Now, I'm thinking that it'd be a cool thing to take to class. You can tell your students that this is the process of engineering. Somebody comes up with an idea, that's you, says, I want a thermometer that reads out in NIXIE tubes, and you tell an engineer, and he thinks of a circuit and designs it, and his next step is to prototype it, and that's prototyping is building the circuit, hand building it, hand wiring it, and I'll show you the underneath of it as well. A lot of wires, a lot of work, but what it does, it shows that's the process we go through, and doesn't matter what we're working on. And now it says, hey, that's working, so I can go ahead and get a PC board made up, and Bob's Uncle. Now I'm going to do something. This is the probe, but this is what's taking the temperature right here. I'm going to put it in my mouth, which should heat it up. Well, you get the idea. I take the probe out of my mouth and we'll just let it go back to room temperature. But that sucker works. Man, the code really had me stumped for 2 days. I could not figure out how to convert the temperature into a integer for each digit to index into for the tubes, because the Arduino C is, man, a hybrid C. It's like half basic, half C, and they take really sloppy shortcuts just to make it easier for people, and which made it hard for me because I was using classic C. Anyway, just dawned on me about 15 minutes ago, hey, what if I treat each one of these as a character instead of a number, and index off that, and boom, here we go. And the temperature is going back down to normal. What I'm going to do is, I've got these pieces of plastic. Ah, jeez, son of a bitch. I'm going through a bit of a mess here. I've got these pieces of plastic here that I bought that are really cool. The plexiglass. The special thing about the plexiglass is that I can cut it and I can shape it, so, and glue it. Now I have special plexiglass glue that basically welds the molecular structure of the plexiglass. I'll put this on the bottom, I'll make a short case that comes up to here, and then back here too, so the kids can see it, but they can't touch anything dangerous. And you can take that to class if you want. I don't know, maybe you don't want to, but I'll give you the prototype, and I'll make the case. I'll make a case for the case, but I'll start working on the case too, because I've been really interested in trying the plastics. I found a company called Tap Plastics that sells the plastic and the special glues and the special heaters for bending it and forming it and stuff. So I'm kind of excited to see about making a project box out of this, but at the very least we'll have something at Thanksgiving I'll give to you that you plug in 12 volts and you got an let's see, this decimal point's a little off. See, that's the trouble with prototypes, is that you got not everything exactly perfect. And but that's pretty cool. I want one of those too. Now that I got the software written, it's just a matter of wiring it, and that's like mom knitting a sweater. It's just, you know, that's what I do, and it's not a chore. It's not that hard. It's just there's a lot of wires, but it just takes time. That's all. It's not a hard thing. So anyway, you asked for a NIXIE thermometer in Celsius, and you got it right here. Here's the working demo. So I will build a demo out so you can take it into class and show people how the engineering process works, and whether or not they think that it looks cool anyway. They might like it, and get somebody interested in electronics or engineering or something else. It's always good to get them excited in science by looking at real world stuff and having a real engineer go through the process, etc., so they know how things are made. I mean, you know. Okay.